Hello everyone! Thank you for having me for story time at Green Bean Books. I'm coming to you all the way from the UK, and I don't know what the weather's like for you where you are, but over here in London it's really rainy and grey and a bit grim, so I hope the sun is shining for you and that it will shine for you all day. Now, I'm Smriti and I am an author. I've come to share my new story, I'm Sticking With You guys today. Now, I'm just gonna practice my name with you because some people find it quite hard to say. They find it a bit of a tongue twister. So in the US, I'm known as Smriti Prasadam-Halls, and in the UK, I'm known as Smriti Halls. But it's the Smriti bit that people just can't get their heads around, and so I thought we could practice it. If I say it, will you try and say it back to me? Okay, let's give it a go. Smriti. Very good. I think that's about perfect. Thank you very much. Now, if anyone's having problems with that, will you help them out? And you could always tell them what I say, which is that Smriti rhymes with pretty and witty. And if you remember that, you can't really go wrong. I've written lots and lots of stories, and I find that my name, Smriti, helps me write my stories. I wonder if you know why that is. Let me tell you. Well, I am one of 3 sisters, and we all have the same first name. So Smriti is actually my middle name. So we have the same first name, and my eldest sister, her name in translation means sweet smile. Isn't that lovely? And my middle sister, her name means sweet dream. Really beautiful. And my name means sweet remembrance or sweet memory. And I find having a good memory, being able to remember things, is a really brilliant tool for a writer to have. I find that in my stories, I'm always trying to remember and capture things that I felt in the past. Sometimes I use things that have happened to me or funny things that someone has said, but more than that, I try to capture how I have felt when I felt really happy or when I felt worried or anxious or a bit sad. I try and capture those feelings and put them in my stories because I want my readers to look at my books and read them and think, oh, I know that feeling. I know exactly how that is. So these are some of the books of mine that you might recognise or know. This is a book called I Love You Night and Day. There's also I'll Never Let You Go and You Make Me Happy, and they're all wonderfully illustrated by Alison Brown. You might know Tea Veg, you might know Don't Call Me Sweet. I've written lots and lots and lots of books over the years, and I love my job being an author. I always say to people that my favourite things about being an author are, number 1, you get to go to work in your pyjamas every day if you want to. Do you know what I mean by that? Well, that's because when you write a story, actually you can wear whatever you like. So if that's pyjamas, you can wear pyjamas. The second thing that I really like about my job is that I get to make things up. Completely crazy things, unimaginable things every day. And the third thing that I really love is visiting schools and libraries and festivals and bookshops and meeting my readers. Well, the last few months, things have gone a bit wrong because, well, let's see, the first thing on my list, going to work in my pyjamas, well, yes, I can still do that, but so can lots of other people. I don't know if you noticed, but lots of mums and dads were working from home these last few months, and they were going to work in their pyjamas too. I don't really like that. The second thing I like, well, making things up. I don't know about you, but the last few months have been so strange and so unusual. Well, I think they've been stranger than anything I've ever put in any of my stories. And the third thing, going to visit my readers at schools and bookshops and festivals. Well, I haven't been able to do that at all. So I am really, really grateful to Green Bean Bookshop for putting together this story time, because I am so happy and excited to be able to connect with you, some of my readers, for this story time. Now, my stories are full of all sorts of different characters. I have bunnies and bears and squirrels, sometimes dinosaurs and dragons, sometimes aliens. I've even got a series of books with diggers and police cars and rescue vehicles. All sorts of different things and characters are in my stories. But while they vary a lot, the themes that my stories are about are often quite similar, because I write about the things that I'm most interested in and that concern me most. And I would say that my stories are often about identity, who my characters think they are, who they really are, and how it feels to be them in their skin, how it feels to be in someone else's skin. And I'm also really interested in relationship and friendship, how it feels to be close to somebody through good times and through bad, and how we cope with the little trials and troubles that we can have when we are together. Well, that is exactly what my new book is all about. It is called I'm Sticking With You, although on this side you'll see that it's translated into lots of different languages, because this book has already gone into 14 different languages. I think that theme of friendship is one that that is relevant to all sorts of people wherever they are in the world. And in this story, the characters find they have a bit of a problem. You see, Bear and Squirrel are the very best of friends. But Bear wants to be with Squirrel all the time. And Squirrel needs a bit more space. I can really relate to this story, because in my house right now, I feel like Bear. I am at home at the moment with all of my children, because they are having school at home at the moment, and I love it, and I want to be with them all the time. I want to know what they're getting up to. I'm really interested in who they're talking to. But I think they feel a bit like Squirrel, because wherever they go, there I am. Whether they're putting the TV on, whether they're sneaking into the fridge for a midnight snack, wherever they look, there I appear. Well, even the best friendships need a little bit of space some of the time. Shall we find out how Squirrel and Bear get on? Let's see. I'm Sticking With You, with words by me, Smriti Prasadam-Halls, and illustrations by Steve Small. Wherever you're going, I'm going too. Whatever you're doing, I'm sticking with you. Whether you're grumpy or silly or mad, good times and bad times, happy or sad, whatever you're thinking, I am all ears. I'm ready to listen to all your ideas. Ready to be there to help you along, even if sometimes it goes a bit wrong. Achoo! Whatever you're doing, That is the plan. You may think I can't, but I bet you I can, because I will try things that I never would do. Never, that is, until you showed me to. Like peas in a pod, you and I fit. Like strawberries and cream, we are a hit. Whatever the game, I'm on your side. No mountain too tall, no river too wide. We sit by the cliff top. We sit by the lake. We sit by the ice cap. I eat all the cake. We, actually, Bear, look, Squirrel. Squirrel's going to say something. Actually, Bear, I think I need to be on my own, if you don't mind. It's getting a bit crowded in here. There's barely any room. Really? Says Bear. You sure? Oh, okay then. Ah, that feels better. Each thing in its place. All neat and tidy. There's so much more space. I can do what I fancy, whenever I wish. Nothing's a squash and nothing's a squish. It's such a nice change to do things alone, whenever I want to, all on my own. I've got all I need. I don't have to share. Everything's perfect, except I miss Bear. Actually, hey Bear, come back! Who am I kidding? Where would I even be without you? Who else would listen? What would I do? Who helps me be the best I can be? Who shares their very last chocolate with me? Me without you? It just doesn't work. Me without you? I'd just go berserk. So lump it or like it, you're stuck with me. For better or worse, it's the way it should be. Whether we're losing or whether we win, we'll be there together, through thick and through thin. We'll pick up the pieces, says Bear. We'll patch up the hole, says Squirrel. We'll mend what needs fixing, because that's how we roll. When we're unstuck, we won't fall apart. How could we ever? We're joined at the heart. We fit back together like bugs in a rug, like jam in a donut, like arms in a hug. So, wherever you're going, I'm coming too. Whatever you're doing, I'm sticking like glue. And whether you like it, or love it, or not, we are a team. And I love you The end. I hope you enjoyed that story. I think we can all feel a bit bear or a bit squirrel some of the time, especially just recently when we've all been together so much. But I hope, if we're lucky, we've all got at least one person who'll stick with us through all the ups and downs. Thank you so much for having me. I've really enjoyed myself, and I hope that you will enjoy reading this story in the weeks and months to come. Remember to look after yourselves and look after each other and keep safe. If you want to find out any more about my books, you can find me on my website, which is smriti.co.uk, or on Twitter and Instagram. But for now, it's bye from Bear, from Squirrel, and from me. Take care.